What if the things we complain about most are not distractions, but lessons?
Today, we'll explore the ideas behind the book and why its message resonates so strongly in everyday life.
So let's move to the other side of this equation, the partner. You cannot have rest if the work vanishes. The work just piles up unless someone else does it.
This brings us to shared care.
I found her distinction between helping and partnership fascinating.
We hear men say this all the time. I help my wife with the kids. Patricia seems to think that vocabulary is part of the problem.
Precisely. The language of helping implies that the domestic domain belongs to the woman, and the man is just a benevolent volunteer stepping in to assist her with her work. It maintains the management burden on her. She still has to ask. She still has to delegate.
Okima advocates for ownership. This means the partner doesn't just execute the task, they own the mental load associated with it. You notice the hamper's full. You buy the detergent when it is low. You fold and you put away. You manage the entire cycle.
The task map she proposes is a tool for this. It sounds almost corporate, mapping out every chore from financial planning to remembering birthdays. I can see the logic, and I can also see the resistance. If a man has been raised in a context where his father never touched a broom, presenting him with a task map might be met with defensiveness. It challenges his identity. How does Aokima suggest navigating that cultural pride?
She addresses this by focusing on competence and strength rather than blame. The goal isn't to shame the partner for what they haven't done, but to invite them into a system that works better for everyone.
So the book suggests celebrating strengths and filling gaps?
Exactly. For example, maybe the husband hates cooking but is excellent at logistics or childcare.
Oh, fine.
He takes full ownership of the morning school run, the bath time, and the homework. That relieves the mother of those mental loads entirely.
It is about equity, not necessarily doing the exact same chores.
And she mentions normalizing the learning curve. In Nigerian families, there is pride in competence.
That's a powerful observation.
If we can frame domestic skills as just that, skills to be mastered rather than gendered traits too.
I like that reframing. It reminds me of how historical gender roles were often more fluid than we think. In pre-colonial West African societies, women were often traders, political figures, key economic drivers. The Victorian angel in the house domestic model was largely a colonial import that got fused with traditional structures. So in a way, rigidly trapping women in domestic servitude isn't traditional in the deep historical sense. It is a hybrid restriction.
That is a brilliant historical connection, Noah. You are right.
So the book challenges the idea that domestic work is solely women's responsibility?
Exactly. The confinement of women to domestic drudgery ignores the long history of African women as economic powerhouses.
Fascinating. And the solution?
So, to counter the chore myth, I suggest restorative family rituals.
Interesting. You give me some examples?
Of course, things like the evening pause or the Sabbath of the home.
The Sabbath of the home. I like that. This goes beyond chores. It is about the emotional climate of the house. If everyone is running around working until they pass out, there is no connection.
The Sabbath of the home idea stood out to me. In a religious country like Nigeria, using the concept of Sabbath, which is culturally respected, as a tool for domestic rest is clever.
So, how does the book address the spiritual side of chores?
It gives the rest divine authority. It's not just mom wants a break, it's
This is a holy day of rest for the household. We shall continue this subject in our next episode.
until then, cultivate a sacred rest in your home. Bye from here.